This is a 20-plus-year-old camera. So you might be thinking, Rob, mate, best of luck using a 27-year-old autofocus system. I mean, come on. I feel like I could just end the video here and be like, all right, sick, peace, thanks for coming, bye-bye. So there is a camera that makes images that are just universally loved. Like pretty much everyone I speak to about this camera loves the photos that it creates. And until about a week ago, I'd never used one myself. So I bought one to give it a go and yeah, I get it. I get it. Oh, and did I mention that it costs less than £100? What? Now, if you saw my last video where I went on a rant about pointless upgrades on expensive new cameras and burned pretty much every bridge with any camera brands that might be interested in sending me some free shit while simultaneously pissing a bunch of people off, I'm guessing these 13 people work for Hasselblad. If the latest round of influencer shilled Hasselblads are anything to go by, sick of seeing them everywhere. If you saw that video, you will already know what camera I am talking about today, but this is a Canon 5D Mark I, also known as the Canon 5D Classic. Arguably one of Canon's most magical feats of engineering. This camera is an absolute icon, and for good reason. Released in 2005, the same year that the book that inspired the movie Twilight came out, single-handedly ruining the reputation of vampires forever. The book, not the camera. The Canon 5D Mark I is historically known for being the first full-frame DSLR that had the average consumer in mind. It was obviously still very, very expensive, but this camera wasn't just made for the posho fancy nerds with daddy's credit card. It was also made for poor nerds that make bad financial decisions, like you and me, probably. So what makes this camera special? Well, that is a surprisingly difficult question. Some put it down to it being made so close to the film photography era that some of those characteristics inevitably carried through with the way that the camera was made and how it puts together images with its mighty 12-megapixel sensor, specifically things like shadow roll-off, grain structure when you push the sensor, we'll come back to that in a minute, and the overall color science are all often cited as contributing factors to this smorgasbord, great word by the way, this smorgasbord of filmic aesthetic and digital convenience. Now, I've only owned this camera for like a week, so I am obviously in absolutely no position to review it as such. If you're familiar with the channel, you will know that one of my biggest hates in the photography YouTube space is when someone has a camera for like 4.5 minutes and then makes a quote-unquote comprehensive review of everything you need to know about this camera that they have an affiliate link for. So I'm not going to pretend that I know this camera inside and out. I've only shot with it a handful of times so far, but at this point in the video, I want to talk about some of the things that I particularly enjoy about this so far. Number one, the shutter sound is genuinely a thing of beauty. I could listen to that all day. It's like the coo of a dove. I suspect the way that Rose felt hearing the rescuers coming to save her in the movie Titanic. You know, when she's lying on that door floating on the ocean after she's held Jack's head under the water till he stopped thrashing. I imagine how she felt hearing her rescuers come in is the same sort of feeling I get when I hear the sound of this beautiful shutter. Without the drowning, of course, or the classism for that matter. Another thing I love about the 5D is the grain when you push the sensor. My God, it looks delicious. I shot some photos at 1600 ISO and then gave the exposure and the shadows a little bit of a nudge in the edit to see how the grain looked, and yeah, I am very, very, very impressed with this. This looks sick. To me, this definitely looks less like digital noise and more like film grain, which is someone who overlays the texture of film stuff that I have shot over my digital images on the regular. As you can imagine, I love this. The autofocus is genuinely very good and snappy. Obviously, there are modern tracking systems that would outperform this if you were trying to outrun a tiger whilst taking photos of it, obviously. But I think the best word to describe the autofocus in the 5D is committed. Like, it will confidently lock on. And if you got the right settings in and you're working with the camera rather than against it, I don't feel like I'm gonna miss, which I think is awesome for a 20-year-old plus camera. The lenses are another huge benefit of picking this camera up. I shot everything you're seeing in this video on a 50mm 1.8 prime. It's like one of the handful of EF lenses that I just had like lying around the office from years ago. But I have had so much fun putting together a list of EF lenses that I want to pick up because they're all so reasonably priced now. And obviously as I pick these lenses up, I will talk about them on the channel. The RAW files are surprisingly good too from this camera, and they are super easy to work with. I have been totally spoiled with Sony RAW files for like the majority of my professional career, to the degree where I will like confidently take a photo on my Sony mirrorless cameras, even if the screen on the back of the camera is just like blank because it's so dark. I will press the shutter because I am pretty sure that I can pull back whatever is there. So I went into working with the 5D RAW files a little bit gently, and then I realized that I can just absolutely make all the edits I would usually make, and these files hold up really, really well. They're also super space efficient as well, which is a great thing compared to modern standards. And given how those dickheads who insist on making AI images of them with their ex-wives as if they haven't left them don't seem to be slowing down anytime soon, I'm sure future Rob will be very grateful to not have to buy as much storage all the time to accommodate this camera, given that we are now paying 2046 prices and humanity is slowly eating itself alive. Long story longer, I really like this camera, so much so that it has actually influenced my film setup in quite a dramatic way, but we'll talk about that in an upcoming video. But yeah, it's had that much of an impression on me in such a short amount of time, so yeah, I'm excited. The Canon 5D Mark I is a classic. It is an icon for a reason. It feels like the closest I've ever gotten to the film look with digital, and I'm a big believer that if you want your digital photos to look like film photos, you just shoot film, and I do, mostly speaking. But for scratching that digital convenience itch, the 5D Classic definitely feels like the next best thing for me. So there we have it. Thank you for checking out the video. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, make sure you like it, consider subscribing to the channel, all that good stuff. I am very, very stoked to shoot a bunch more with this camera. It's just, it's going in the regular rotation without question. And when the lenses turn up for it, this is going to get very saucy indeed. I am very excited. I hope you are well. I hope your family is well, but most importantly, I hope your dog is well. Please do provide your pooch with a little scratch behind the ears from me, and hopefully I will catch you in the next one. Peace.